All right, guys, good afternoon. Welcome aboard for the aftermarket recap. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Hope everyone's having a nice afternoon. It is Monday, April 4th, 2022. Before we begin, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, little white logo, click on that, turn on notifications, subscribe to our channel. Make sure to hit that thumbs up, like our videos, really do appreciate it as always. Back at the home desk, let's go ahead and rock and roll. Dow gained 103 points today, Nasdaq up 271 points, S&P up about 0.81%. The VIX was slammed today, down 5.4%. It actually hit my alert on the VIX. We'll take a look at that here in a second. Equal weight S&P up 0.21%. Q soared 2%. I do have a TQQ position open with Investment Club. Yeah, we're looking pretty good, about 30% on that. IWM, which is small caps, up 0.16%. I have calls for Wednesday. Gold on GLD gained 0.48%. 10-year treasuries gained 35 basis points, 2.412%. The dollar, 98.99 currently, up 0.36%. High yield credit was bid with the Nasdaq, so that's nice to see, 82.57, up 0.76%. Even investment grade bonds gained 0.35%. Crude oil gained 4.41% today, 103.65. Let's go and take a look at the chart. Really the next level you're looking for if you want to play some oil longs is really this right here. We did have this drop here after we had the release of the SPR, Strategic Petroleum Reserve. That was after right here, 107. So I would probably put an alert right around 108.66. If we can make that above, then you can target 110, maybe 115 for some futures. I wouldn't do XLE on it. They've been kind of decoupling with crude oil. So futures on oil, there's micro futures contracts. If you're a futures trader, you can take a look at it here. If you go to trade, you go to futures trader. Now this is with TD Ameritrade, mind you. So if you go to MCL micro crude contracts, you need about $2,000 worth of margin on that on TOS. So again, not terrible in comparison to $23,000 worth of actual margin needed. So again, you would take a look. It's every month. You would probably go ahead and take a look at the June, was the May 2022 contracts. Again, each tick, each penny is $1. So if you get 100 pennies, it's a $1 move. It's $100 if you buy one contract on crude oil. So again, I'm looking to see if we get that break of 108.66. I did close my S&P futures long with the futures team. If you guys remember, I posted it on Twitter. It was really right around 45.63. I got out around 45.63. So I got a 30-point move. Pretty much left about 10 more handles on the table. We did break above that 100-day on the hourly. The daily is showing more upside. I expect that we do get that, possibly retest 46.30. Mike Wilson from what is this? Morgan Stanley stated that the bear market rally is over, that we're going to fall. I didn't read the whole article and see exactly what his target is, but I can see what he's probably looking at that right shoulder, thinking that, we're going to get that, 1, 2, and then your 3, your right shoulder. Or if you're looking at a short term, it could be an inverted head and shoulders as well. That's why we're going to the upside. It's not really complete. But again, 46.42, basically the worst is probably over, because that's the big move. The big drop was right in January 18th. We started sinking down. So again, 46.42, big level. I think we get there this week. I do have some exposure long, obviously. I have a SPY runner. We caught SPY today for our members. If you guys were on today, we talked about SPY this morning. We caught that for about 30%. Apple was a big one. Right now it's at 63%. I had the 180 calls for this week. I have a runner open. So again, if you watched us this morning, we talked about Apple. We also got into Tesla today. And Tesla, again, I talked about being expensive. I bought the 1250s. We got 33% out of it. It's a nice clear breakout. Really, the next target is really 1200. So again, 1162 is my alert. I have a runner on it. Let's see if I can get to 1200 on Tesla if we get there. Obviously, we own a position on it too. If you were looking to start taking some profits on Tesla, maybe you got it at the bottom, you want to take some money out, 1200 is a pretty good round number to start taking profits if you're looking at that. If not, you're pretty much just holding it because you love the company long term. We also got into Microsoft calls. It's starting to test that breakout level. Once it breaks 315.24, you're talking about 320 to 323. I have the 320 calls running. I'm down about 6% on those currently. And I also have Facebook calls with the team. And Facebook right now, you can see break up that 240, 34.49. We're already in. Would probably be in the money. I have the 235 calls. I've been wanting to play Facebook for a little bit. If you guys were watching Twitter this morning, we know I had a big day, obviously, with Elon's investment. I was looking for to see that break of 46.34. It continued to move up. It's up 27% today. I don't want to buy a stock, especially when it's up 27% of the day. I know you wouldn't want to buy a car that's up 27% in a year. Maybe a house because you live in it, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to buy here. So I'm looking to see if we do break down. Maybe we give those gains back. You've seen those spikes with oil and different stocks. They get those big spikes, the GMEs, the AMCs, and then they retrace. So again, this is a big gap up on the daily. So just like BABA to the upside, there's cushioning there in terms of a gap fill. But again, your gap fill is $40. So again, if we start breaking down 46, you can start taking a look at the 42.5 puts. Usually pretty good risk to reward ratio if you know what you're doing. But again, wait for that 46.34 level on Twitter if you want to short. Gasoline futures up 1.74%, gold up 0.69%. Take a look here. Bitcoin had a drop, but it then bounced back slightly. 46,420 on the future side, 35.17 for Ethereum. And if you guys are into trading futures, there's also a micro Bitcoin. I think there's micro Bitcoin. I think it's MBT futures. I believe they run every month. Let me see if this is the one here. Let me see if I can expand this. This one is MBTK2. I don't have the exact the exact symbol for the month. I want to see if it's K. This year it's M. So we need to find the M one. So let's see if we can find M. Let's see MBT. So if we go to M, that'd be M22. This would be your current one. That looks a little off. So I'd have to make sure and get the right contract if we were going to trade Bitcoin. I had a question on that on Twitter the other day, that how can you trade Bitcoin? Obviously, you can do short positions. You have CFDs. You also have futures, or you can just trade Bitcoin outright if you want. I've never really, in a sense, traded Bitcoin other than buy and hold. I have yet to trade Bitcoin futures. I need to see how volatile they are. But oil futures may give us a shot. We did catch S&P futures today, so pretty solid day. I mean, Tesla, we got SPY today, and we also got Apple today. So I think we got 3. I thought we were going to get Facebook right around 20% on that, and Microsoft pretty close. And I have some other trades open that are for next week and one for Wednesday. So pretty solid day. All around the stock market, again, guys, nice day. Don't get me wrong. All of this was expected on Friday. That's why we were long. But now you're starting Okay, I think the desktop mic is on. This died. My apologies. So I'm going to charge it. I cannot win with audio equipment, guys. My apologies. So I'm going to charge it now. It was at 20% when I plugged it in. I guess that thing died fast. My apologies. So volume just came back on, and you're all good. Volume should be set now. Let me let you guys know. God, do I have the worst luck with that stuff? Yeah, worst luck ever with equipment. Again, guys, you know, it's one of those things that I'm just doing this on my computer, not a sexy studio. I don't have sound equipment or any of that. It's really just very, very intimate, just talking to you guys about the market every day. Nothing flashy. So sometimes equipment will work, sometimes it won't. That's on me. My apologies. But what we were talking about Ethereum was that there is a gap to fill on the 1 hour chart on the future side, which is right around 31.48. That could fill. I think that's probably the lowest you'll probably get. We're getting a nice little boost on Bitcoin now. 46,473. We did fall from 47.5 earlier today. So we're getting a little bounce for the most part. How do you determine support and resistance levels? I answered that, but the sound cut off. That's something that you take with time, more screen time. The more you do it, the better you get. For example, you know, like I said in the example, you don't go to basketball camp and train to be a basketball player, and they don't throw you starting lineup first game of the season. You know, you have to make sure that you know what you're doing, that you have your drills, you have your cardio, you have your shot, all that good stuff in terms of shooting ability. But in stocks, I think a lot of people, they join and they think that, hey, I could just do it, no problem. It takes time. If you really want to take this seriously, you really have to learn it, because it's just like college, man. It's just like those skills that you learn in college or any school. You keep that with you, and you can do this whenever you want. There's days, you know, that you just want to trade when you can, and some you don't have to do it full time. But what you need to do is learn full time. That's key. I think a lot of people think that, oh, I could just half-ass it. You know, half-ass effort equals half-ass results. And to learn support and resistance levels, it takes screen time. It takes practice. I don't know how to explain it. Once you master it, guys, it just becomes that you could just read something that everyone else can't. It's kind of like giving a piece of sheet music to a conductor. They'll know what you're talking about, but you give it to a guy, you know, working at the post office, he's not going to know what the hell that is. So it's really just based upon your expertise on how much you learn as you go along. TQQ, are they calls or shares? They're shares. TQQ call shares were for investment club. I bought, how much did I buy? I don't think it was that much, did I? I bought 100 shares of them. You could see it here. I bought it on Robinhood, and you can see right here up about 30%. I bought about 100 shares on it. On TQQ, it's a short-term one. We're probably going to get it soon. As Nasdaq hits 15.2, 15.268, we'll probably take that for the road. Maybe we'll get to 15.338. By that time, we'll probably get to 40, and I'll probably just close it and take profit. So TQQ, again, it was a short-term trade. Sometimes I do swing trades with Investment Club, and not often. The last one we did was XOP. We closed for gain since we were long since last July. TQQ, we're probably going to get that within this week, and then we'll see what the next swing trade is. I already told Investment Club some of the sectors I'm looking for, and we'll go from there. So sometimes we get swing trades, sometimes we don't. I can't say I do it often, but when there's an opportunity out there, like last year with crude, Qs on that drop, we knew that we were going to get a little bit of a step up. But again, we just need a little more room for the S&P, and we should get that. So we'll see what we get. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Sorry about the volume again and the mic. I'm charging it now. Have a great rest of your day. Some news. Nick Blagovinsky, you know, Little Nick. We call him Little Nick. G.A.R Capital. He will be flying into where I live in Central Florida tonight. So he will be with us. Maybe doing the aftermarket recap with me. I know you guys really enjoyed it when I did with the other Nick. So sometimes I'll start bringing in some of our staff, and they'll give their 2 cents on the market. But yes, very exciting stuff that we're all getting together post-COVID. It's a different world. Maybe we can, reestablish getting back together in terms of not being so remote. But so far it's been working out, and it works for everybody. But it's good to see the staff as we go along. Did I mention that AMD has a prayer? Yeah, AMD has a prayer, but if you're praying for a position, there's better things to be praying for. I know what you mean. But AMD, yes, what you need is to get to 115.79 by the end of the week. But again, the last time we closed AMD was too early, and we soared.
So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. I'd rather hold it and wait and be patient than be just to the point of just get afraid and just close it out. I mean, Katik, if you want to close it, be my guest, man. There's one thing about our service: we don't tell people you have to do something. You do. At the end of the day, it's what you do, what you want to do. And if it comes to the point that you say, I don't want to hold this anymore, just don't hold it. But then if it soars, you're gonna kick yourself, and then it happens. But every position that you guys should do should be a manageable one. It should never be the rent money, the mortgage on a position. It just doesn't work that way. Most people want instant gains, instant money immediately, and that's not sustainable over the long term. It takes step by step and patience. So, but again, we'll see what tomorrow brings. Maybe we get a gap up tomorrow, 4,600, and AMD soars with it. All it takes is one big piece of news, as we know with Twitter, with Elon. Again, you got to see what happens tomorrow. Let the movie play out. Let's see how the movie ends. Have a great rest of your evening, guys. I will catch you guys tomorrow for the morning note. Cheers. Worse luck with this stuff.